Oh my gosh, the Summer Olympics. Can you believe it? They're in Paris this year, and there's a lot of
Gorgeous.
previews of the games on your view right now. But we're going to talk about a different type of international sport taking place on Main Street first.
Well, East Main Road to be exact. Now
Hmm.
in its 33rd season, each Saturday in June through September, the Newport International Polo Series features teams from around the world and from major US cities competing against USA Newport.
That's so cool. And family fun is had by all and each summer since 1992. And we'd like to welcome in the founder and president of the Newport International Polo Series, Dan Keating. Dan, thank you so much for joining us here on Main Street Living.
Well, thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
Yes. Well, gorgeous background there. And first off, I think a lot of people just thought water polo, but this is like field hockey, only the team are on the horses. Is that correct? How does the match
Yes,
look?
well,
You don't
when we flood the field, we use long snorkels.
Oh, yes. Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you
But no,
go.
for those
Yeah,
of us
no,
who are
this is.
unfamiliar.
I'm not sure when water polo started, but polo itself on horses is one of the oldest team sports. It goes back several hundred years into the ancient kingdoms of China and Persia. So it has a great history. Modern polo, as we know it now, was exported from India by the British, who adopted it and gave it kind of a great rule system and sent it around the British Empire.
Oh, it's so cool to learn about this. And I know one thing that makes it very popular is the atmosphere with the fans. So tell us a little bit about that from the pregame all the way through the postgame.
Well, tailgating, the high art of tailgating is expressed at polo. You can have elegant setups with china and all kinds of fantastic foods and drinks, or you could just kind of show up late with a beach towel and sit down. So it's kind of a non-judging atmosphere, and a lot of different people come from all different walks of life, and it's a really there's a special vibe when you walk around the polo field. It just seems like everybody seems to be in a good mood. I'm
And
not
I
sure what that
imagine
is.
part of the, yeah. Well, I
But you get to
imagine part of
tailgate
the,
right by the galloping horses. So the horses will gallop by about 15, 20 feet away
oh, wow.
at full speed. So you really get, you get to have that tailgate right beside the sports experience, which is really cool. Special.
That's awesome. And I feel like part of the allure is also that there's so many different types of fans there. And that must be because there's an international aspect to these series, teams from 6 continents, but there's also local matchups between cities. So how does that work?
Well, basically, the team that plays based out of Newport can be a Team USA, which actually incorporates some of our foes from different cities. Kind of like our Olympic teams are put together with, say, a couple of guys from the Bruins and a couple of guys from the Islanders. And that's how we go to compete against in the international forum. But then we also compete against the cities, so that the teams that are based primarily in Newport will play against teams from New York, Palm Beach, even Pittsburgh, or our cousins in Boston.
Oh, that's so fun to know that. I love how it kind of brings people together too from all walks of life. And this is something that we love to celebrate on Main Street Living as well, is Newport's polo charitable contributions have surpassed $2 million. We love anything charity. So can you tell us about your philanthropic endeavors?
Well, we do a lot of different things because one program doesn't suit everybody. So our highlight of the season is our gala, which we host an international team. This year we're hosting Argentina, and we have a great party at one of the old mansions in Newport, which is very iconic, and it raises usually between $75,000 and $130,000 directly goes to charity. So that's a really great successful thing. But then we have the all charity day where we have a couple of thousand people attend, and all the ticket revenue goes to the nonprofit. So all the nonprofits have to do is print tickets and sell them to get their patrons there, and we host them for that, and that's a very successful method. And we also work in conjunction with the Newport Rotary Club, who sells the advertising for our program. So we kind of help leverage the opportunities there. And we give out all kinds of ticket packages for local fundraisers and things like that. Whenever we're asked, we try to do what we can.
Nice. So for those who would maybe be coming out for the first time, what advice would you give them?
Well, get there early. We have this old iconic lane that's narrow. It's one car wide, and you don't want to be sitting in traffic for 15 minutes, trying to get in. So get there before 4 o'clock for a 5 o'clock game, and you'll enjoy yourself and be grateful that you did. And you'll get a good spot, and bring plenty of snacks. Bring friends. It's a very social occasion. Kids are always running around the field kicking footballs and soccer balls and playing all kinds of long games, and bring a great attitude because we
That's
like.
amazing. Yeah, and a really good family atmosphere, it sounds like. Amazing work with the philanthropy, and also we're on the cusp of another season, so it's definitely worth checking out. Dan Keating, president of the Newport International Polo Series, thank you so much for taking the time to come on Main Street Living today.
Thank you for inviting me. We appreciate it.